Employment claims down by 8,000 last week, and planned corporate layoffs in May down by a third from April's numbers. On-again, off-again merger talks between Dish Network and T-Mobile are on again, at least for now. On a very down day in the market, shares of Dish Network up 5%, T-Mobile shares 2.5% higher. And sandwich chain Subway getting healthier. It says it'll get rid of all artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives from its food within the next 2 years. I'm Tom Busby, CNBC.
Have you had trouble with online dating? This is eHarmony founder Dr. Neil Clark Warren. We've created a new solution, EH+. EH Plus combines the personal attention of a matchmaker with eHarmony's extensive pool of great singles. EH Plus gives you hand-selected matches and freedom from being online. Get started today. Call 855-930-LOVE. That's 855-930-LOVE.
Sharing. Since you were a kid, you've been told to share. Share your toys, the bathroom, share your feelings. There's shared baby pictures, cat videos, gym selfies, political views. When does the sharing stop? How about with your nachos? Reintroducing the $1.49 grilled stuffed nacho from Taco Bell. The first nachos designed not to share. It's seasoned beef, cheesy jalapeno sauce, nacho cheese sauce, and crunchy tortilla strips wrapped up and ready to go. Don't share one today for only $1.49. Live Más. At participating locations for a limited time. Prices.
Go ahead and say it. We're all ears. AM 1050 KCAA.
Here's your Money Minute with Market Wrap host Mo Ansari.
If you follow the markets, you've probably been getting seasick lately. But what if I told you that market volatility can be a good thing? If you're a bargain hunter, this is your coupon. So keep your shopping list handy. If you're a long-term investor with plenty of time before retirement, the money going into your 401k each month will buy more shares when the markets are down. And if you have a good financial plan, you can relax while others worry, because that plan will carry you beyond today's headlines. Of course, you should always consider professional guidance before making any financial decisions. That's your Money Minute. I'm Mo Ansari.
For more tips on investing during market volatility and other investment topics, listen to Market Wrap weekdays at 5 p.m. on this station. For a free consultation with Mo Ansari, call 800-388-9700. That's 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
If you can't seem to stay ahead of your bills, then this message is for you. How would you like to have a large portion of your credit card debt, medical bills, and department store debt forgiven? National Credit Card Relief would like to give you free information on a proven debt forgiveness program. This program has been used by thousands to legally forgive millions in unsecured debt. It's not bankruptcy. It's not consolidation. This special program actually wipes clean the portion of your debt that is forgiven from what you owe your creditors. Call for free information and get all your questions answered in the first free call. The more you owe, the more you can save. If you have at least $10,000 or more in credit card bills, this debt forgiveness program can be very effective. Call for free information and find out more now. 800-546-2909. There is no cost or obligation for the information. Don't wait. Call 800-546-2909. That's 800-546-2909. Get your debt problem solved. Call 800-546-2909 today.
California headline news. 4-mile stretch of coastline in Long Beach closed yesterday after tar balls washed ashore. The beach remains closed today. 55 gallons of the substance collected overnight. Long Beach Fire Chief Mark Dury says the source of the tar balls is under investigation, but they're different from what's normally seen there.
It's a considerably different consistency. It's considerably larger. We're not seeing it on the surface of the water. However, it is coming on subsurface and rolling up on our beach. So this is what's causing us concern now. This is much different than what we typically see.
Candlelight vigil for an unarmed college student shot and killed by police in Long Beach. A friend saying 20-year-old Ferris Morad was high on mushrooms, had fallen out of a window, and was covered in blood.
He was in a state of utter distress, like he didn't know where he was, and he kept moving toward and wasn't responding to the officer.
New trial for Ingmar Guandike, the man convicted of killing Chandra Levy, the Modesto native who was serving as a Washington, D.C. intern. Geico weather, more dry conditions, slightly cooler temperatures. Jeff Scott, California News.
the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. It's as American as apple pie. However, over the last 7 years or so, Americans who can't use a tax return or pay stub to qualify have been shut out. Until now, Cash Call Mortgage is happy to announce its new 30-year fixed-rate mortgage up to $3 million for good credit borrowers who can't or won't provide their tax returns or pay stubs. Your payment will never change. Until now, these programs have only been available as some kind of adjustable, and you know which way those adjustables will eventually go. So call 844-890-CASH for all of your 30-year fixed-rate mortgage needs, purchase or refinance. You can even pull up to $500,000 in equity out of your house for any reason whatsoever. Remember, that's 844-890-CASH to find out what today's 30-year fixed rate is with no tax returns. You'll be shocked at how low these rates are.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. Equal housing lender. Call 866-900-8744 for terms and restrictions. California Department of Business Oversight. Residential Mortgage Lender. Law License 4131083. NMLS 128231.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you know where you are? Well, you've done it now. You're listening to KCAA Loma Linda, your CNBC news station. So expect the unexpected.
Real Estate Talk with Bob and
Randy.
And we're so glad you joined us today for our wonderful real estate show, Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy.
How about that?
Yeah, we got a special guest today, too. Felix is going to be here to share with us all about the lending industry and what's going on.
Is he wearing a helmet?
I don't know.
Well, you say special. I just want to make sure, you know.
Oh.
Hey, Bob.
You better be careful. You're going to get a lot of people against you joking like that.
Hey, I wear a helmet all the time when I ride my bike.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's weather changed again.
Yeah, it's been quite nice the last few days, being overcast and everything, and then not really getting very warm as a result of that.
Or very wet, for that matter.
Well, they did claim there's going to be some showers, and it really looked like it. I mean, there were some really dark clouds this morning when I was out for my walk, but nary a drop.
I thought this was sunny California.
Yeah, it never rains in Southern California.
How about that?
Yeah. How's that for a cliche?
Well, Bob.
And also we're going to talk about, for you homeowners out there, this kind of program called HERO or PACE. You may have had some contractors contacting you with regards to telling you all the wonderful things they can do to your house as a result of these programs. And we're going to talk about that a little bit further in the show. I was at a Board of Realtors meeting yesterday morning. They had the Riverside County Deputy DA there, Raymond Ramirez, and they also had a gentleman from WR something or other. It's a state county agency of Riverside, San Bernardino County, and some cities. And the guy that represents that has the contractor contract, which is called Renovate America. And we're going to go into that in a little bit more detail in a later segment on this show. But it's definitely something that homeowners need to go into with both eyes open. So stay tuned. If you have a HERO loan or a PACE loan and have recently had new windows, a roof, or any of that other stuff that they do on your property, and you're happy or not happy with it, give us a call. You can call us at our toll-free line at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. We'd love to talk to you, find out your experiences with these programs, and has it worked for you or not worked for you. It is the program is creating a lot of problems for a fair number of homeowners that want to refinance or sell. But we'll go into more detail on that as we go.
Yeah, Bob. Also, you know what? I got a couple little stories here that we might talk about depending on time, because we have a lot to talk about today with those stories that you have. But we can talk about mortgage rates reaching 2015 high. I also have some stuff here that we want to talk about that you maybe have more information about, Bob. The defeat of Senate Bill 364 preserves private property rights. Did you guys talk about that? Did you work on that a little bit?
I'm not exactly sure about the details of it.
We can talk about that a little bit. And say new report finds waiting to buy a home could cost thousands. You and I kind of talk about that. When is the right time? When it's not the right time? How's the economy going? How's the job I mean, there's a lot of things that play into the fact that you may want to buy a home. And then, of course, we're going to have world famous Felix in here.
I know.
How about that?
How about that?
He's here. Felix is in the house.
Yes, with Integrity First Financial Group.
How about that?
Yeah, finally.
That it just doesn't seem to flow just right off the tongue there like that. But they do good work.
Well, it's just like prayers in church. You say them enough times, you memorize them.
Yeah.
You may not listen to what the words are, but you remember how they go.
You get it out, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Excellent.
Yep.
Well, hey, let me get a small story out here first, then, Bob. See, mortgage rates reach a 2015 high. Freddie Mac recently released the results of its primary mortgage market survey showing average fixed mortgage rates moving higher amid positive housing data and pushing fixed mortgage rates to their highest level of the year. The 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 3.87% with an average of 0.6 points for the week ending May 28, 2015, up from the previous week when it averaged 3.84%. A year ago at this time, the 30-year average was 4.12%. Let's see, the 15-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 3.11% with an average of 0.5, up from the previous week when it averaged 3.05 a year ago at this time. The 15-year rate mortgage averaged 3.21. So it's starting to edge up, Bob. What do you think? I mean, they're talking in summertime we're supposed to really move that, right? The Feds are going to do something with the rate, you think?
Well, I've been reading, and it seems like there's more call to raise the rate. I don't know if the Fed's going to think that, unemployment is where they want it to be and everything else to be able to make that move, because the last time they even talked about it, it stabbed a dagger in the heart of the real estate business for several months.
Right.
Until they backtracked on that. And so, in fact, Alan Greenspan just a week ago said there's going to be a trauma when that gets announced that it's going to be raised, and it'll take a while for that trauma to work its way through the market. So
usually
I don't know when they want to pull the trigger on that. Obviously it's okay for Obama because he's a lame duck president, and it's not going to hurt him politically, but it may hurt the Democrats. It's hard to say.
Very hard to say, and usually you see several months of slowing when that happens, and then
Well, it's slowing already.
Yes, and then
just in the recent time of rate increases, I know that loan applications go down whenever there's an increase, even if it just goes up a few basis points.
Right.
What are basis points, by the way?
The points above what the average, what the federal par rate is. So, like on a golf course.
But they're a basis of what? 100.
Yes.
Right. So if it goes up 3 basis points, it's 3% of
3%.
Yeah. So just for you folks out there, for your real estate vocabulary knowledge.
Yeah, in any arena, acronyms become so easily passed and bantered about that sometimes
I think arena is an acronym of something.
Yeah, probably. But
speaking of acronyms,
you spill those out all the time, and you don't really tell people what they are. And some people that aren't in the industry, we need to clarify sometimes. So,
well, I was just reading, if you're blogging, you want to stay away from those kind of terms and or explain things.
What does blog mean?
Huh?
Is blog an acronym also?
Yeah, well, of something. Yeah, I forget what it was. Something about logging or writing or something of that sort.
Yeah.
So that's for sure.
Everything is that way now.
It seems that way. Yes. Absolutely.
Well, cool. So
let's see. What does blog mean?
Yeah, let's see if we can get that up real quick, right?
Get that up here for you folks. It's a noun, a regularly updated website or web page, typically run by an individual or a small group. Let's see.
But it doesn't say if it's an acronym.
I think that's where they get into here as an internet slang dictionary where it explains a little bit more than just the definition as to where it came from. So maybe that will be helpful.
It's coming from inside the computer. That's all I know, Bob.
Yeah, I know. It's an acronym, it says, slang word. Okay. Let's see. It's one of internet slang or resources.
We need to brush up on internet slang, Bob.
I know. They're not really telling us. It means web online diary. But I don't know. A web blog? No, all they're telling you is web blog. So I guess it was web blog at one time, and then it was shortened to just blog.
You think blog would really mean something there?
You'd think so, yeah.
I don't know. Okay, then.
That's close to bong, I guess.
Well,
blog and bong. So, folks, we are going to take a real short break here.
That was fast.
I know. This
I think
day
we got a
is
little
just
late start, huh?
shooting by. No, I don't think so. I think we're pretty much right on the money. Our engineer in there does a great job keeping us on time and beating us if we don't.
He's bigger than both of us. So
I
we better watch
know.
what we
So we'll
say,
be
think, or
right
do.
back with Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy.
How hard can it be? You put up a sign, you just wait for the offers to roll in. It becomes a second job.
Getting the house appraised and the comps.
The money that you think you're going to save, you end up losing. I've bought and sold homes before, and now the first thing I do is call a realtor.
Realtors have the experience to price your home so it can sell for up to 16% more than selling it yourself.
Using a realtor is a smart financial decision.
Get the facts straight about selling your own home. Talk to an agent and be sure to ask if that agent is a realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors.
It's way too risky to sell your house on your own.
Don't let your house go to foreclosure. Call Exit Inland Realty today. We can help you stay in your house longer, and we may be able to get you as much as $30,000 depending on the type of loan, and the lender has a moving incentive. So don't delay. Call today at 951-300-1010. That's 951-300-1010. And go to our website, www.exitinlandrealty.com.
I'm Tito Love from the TV show I'm Mad as Hell and I'm Not Gonna Take It Anymore. I'm so tired of stupid people that I've written SOS, Stuck on Stupid, the self-help book about common sense and philosophy. You can buy a copy at your local bookstore or at Amazon.com. Then visit MainPerformanceUSA.com for the complete story. Read SOS, Stuck on Stupid, the self-help book, and stay away from the stoopies.
Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy is brought to you by the sumptuous Chinese food restaurant in Riverside, the Mandarin Gardens. Experience all your Chinese favorites and your favorite tropical drinks at the Mandarin Gardens. Banquet facilities are available as well. 1445 University Avenue, or call for takeout 951-786-9887. Say hi to Jason, tell him Bob and Randy sent you, and he'll give you a free order of egg rolls. That's Mandarin Gardens, 1445 University Avenue. We are back. This is Realtor Bob Bishop with Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. And we want to let you folks know we are brought to you by Exit Inland Realty at 1450 University Avenue in it's in Riverside. Just faking you out there. And our number is 951-318-1952, 951-318-1952. Oh, and by the way, if you want a greener community and a cleaner world, you want to call B&C Cleaning Services. B&C is the area's finest cleaning service. Their trained staff works in a variety of settings, including office buildings, schools, universities, retail facilities, medical offices, construction areas, and homes. All of their products they use in their cleaning are safe for the environment, children, and pets. They guarantee you will be more than satisfied with their work because, like their motto says, it's not clean until it's pristine. You can give them a call over there at B&C Cleaning Services, 888-659-4646, 888-659-4646. Call them and get a free consultation and save a big 10% on your first service. So one more time, that number is 888-659-4646.
Hey, Bob, just a shout out back to them is that, they're doing a great job on our office.
Absolutely.
I walked in Monday morning, it was sparkling in there. I'm like, well, I guess they were here yesterday.
Yeah, now we just need to find a carpet company out there that wants to trade us for some advertising here on our show.
Absolutely.
If you got any carpet companies out there within hearing notice, we'd like some carpet in our office, and we'd be generous in promoting your company.
Or some other type of flooring.
Yes, that's right. You never know.
Never can tell.
So we want to talk about a program that the Western Riverside Council of Governments, in their infinite wisdom, created and came up with supposedly to help home and business owners to finance energy efficiency, renewable energy, and water conservation improvements. I know that sounds like a lot, but and it's weird how this works. The contractors are out there contacting homeowners, asking them if they would like any of these kinds of repairs to their house, which could be energy efficiency, water conservation, it could be windows for your house, it could be a roof, anything energy related that the HERO program, it's an expansion of a local program and offers any jurisdiction in California the opportunity to quickly and efficiently implement a property-assessed cleaning energy program with minimal upfront financial and administrative burdens, is what they tell you. And the contractors out there who work for a company called Renovate America are out there making phone calls, telemarketing, knocking on doors, mailing out mailings, all kinds of stuff to try and find homeowners who want to get these so-called energy efficiency repairs and upgrades to their house.
Hey, Bob, real quick, I don't want to mean to break in on you so much, but do you think that's the same kind of group that came by and redid like the lighting and the low-flow toilets and stuff in our office?
Well, I don't think so, because I don't think that the cost of that was added to the tax bill of the landlord of the building.
I mean, because we wouldn't be able to authorize that because we're not the owner of the building, right?
Exactly,
So, okay,
yeah. So this is something that apparently they were helping the cities or something with. I don't even know if it's connected. But the problem is, unfortunately, when the contractors get a hold of these homeowners, they're more interested in getting the job and getting the money than they are in telling the homeowners the straight truth or all the facts about what the ramifications can be of them being involved with this HERO program. For example, if you want to refinance your house after you've had all these HERO upgrades done to your house, you would have to pay off the cost of those upgrades before you would be able to refinance. And the one thing, too, you got to keep in mind about this HERO program, what they do is you get the work done. The cost of the work is put on your tax bill, and you pay for it year by year as you pay your taxes. So it goes with the property. Unfortunately, the contractors who do the work under the HERO PACE program charge substantially more for this work to be done, because they claim they have administrative costs. And, of course, they have to kick back a portion of that to Western Riverside Council of Governments, who get a percentage off of whatever upgrades they're able to sell out in the communities. Now, for example, Berkeley up in Northern California signed up for the program, thought it was a good idea, and then when they found out that FHA and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who buy mortgage loans after you purchase your home, they buy your loan from your lender, they won't put new loans on those properties as long as the HERO paperwork is still against the property. You would have to pay off those repairs before you could refinance or sell your house. Now, when Felix comes on in a couple of minutes, he's got a great example from one of his clients. He just went through this with them, and this is something that we want to get the information out to homeowners, because this is something you really want to watch out for, and you really want to think long and hard before you would advance and get involved with something like this. If you think you're going to sell your house in the next 3 to 5 years, this is not a program, or refinance. This is not a program you want to get involved with.
Yeah, it might just suck all the equity you have right out of your property.
Exactly.
And then some. You could be upside down because of it.
Exactly, and that would even make it harder to sell your house. You wouldn't be able to without writing a check.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, this is something we want to get the word out to the public, because, the contractors and Western Riverside Council of Governments are only interested in their own interest, which is
lining their pockets.
Lining their pockets, absolutely. And I'm not saying that this program is wrong for everybody. There probably is a niche of people out there that it can benefit, but the problem is it's a very small niche. They're trying to sell this as a mass product to everybody, but it isn't a product that's right for everybody. And they claim, oh, we've got disclaimers in a contract and everything. But several people, like the gentleman from the Riverside County DA's office and another person that was there yesterday, said that the contract is very, very intensive and lots of verbiage and everything. So it would be easy for an elderly person or somebody that, really has no legal background to sign this contract. And most people can't afford to have an attorney unless they have prepaid legal or something to look it over.
Well, Bob,
now, they do have a 3-day right of rescission built into it. But again, with the contractors pressuring them, hey, come on, we want to get started. We want to change your windows. We want to fix your house up. We want to do this. We want to do that. They're just telling people what they think the benefits of the program are, and they're not telling them about the downsides.
Well, and Bob, you know as well as I do. I mean, we do lots of contracts with lots of folks, and most people don't read those contracts in their entirety. Even when we sit there with them and go page by page with them and try and tell them the highlights, they'll never look at it again.
Yep.
I mean, it's amazing.
Well, people do the same thing with car loans.
Well,
when
yeah.
They go in there and they got to sign, those super long contracts at the.
They just sign away because I need to get this house, or I need to get this car, or I need to get whatever. Whatever the guy sitting across the desk is telling them, they're just signing away, and people aren't taking the knowledge, so they're only going to hear one side of that story. Where can people get more information on this?
Well, I mean, you can go to the Western Riverside Council of Governments website, and it explains more about the HERO program. And the I don't know how much of the ups are the good side, or they probably only tell you about the good side.
Yeah.
But they claim they're trying to work with FHA to get them to accept properties. But the problem is when they put these, the financing is paid for by bonds. And the bond holders who buy the bonds obviously want to be secured that if you decide you don't want to pay for this, somehow they're going to get reimbursed for their purchase on the bonds. So they put it on the tax record of the property, which means that it's even in front of the first loan, so that you can't sell your house as long as this is on the property, because they won't subordinate, which means they won't, when you're going to close your house, for example, they wouldn't take their loan off the title of the house, close the property if you want to close the loan if you want to refinance or sell it to somebody,
and then put it back on.
And then put it back on. They won't do that. Other lenders, like second trust lenders, deeds lenders, will do that. They will not do it because it's on the tax roll, which puts them first in line to get paid. And that is what is creating the problem for homeowners. And it's unfortunate. I mean, they're selling thousands of these programs out there. And, hey, it sounds good, too good to be true. And, in the end, if you want to sell or refinance, it turns out it's not.
Yeah, well, that's just too bad. I mean, a lot of people don't really think about, things being, well, it's on my title. It's no big deal. It is a big deal.
Well, and also when the contractors are out there going, oh, yeah, well, we're in partnership with the Riverside County Council of Governments, and they're our partner in this program, so it's got to be good.
Well, sure, if a government entity is involved, it's obviously good for you.
Yeah, meanwhile, Western Riverside Council of Governments is getting their cut out of whatever the contractor is going to charge you. So, they're in bed together. That doesn't give you any validity at all as to whether that means that it's a good program or not. So, we're going to go a little bit more in depth in this in a couple of minutes with Felix, and we're going to have an actual example for you of the kind of headaches that this kind of this program, which is called HERO, it allows homeowners and businesses to finance energy efficiency, renewable energy, and water conservation improvements that would be repaid over time through annual property tax payments. So that what it means is if you put this on your house, not only are they going to be in the first position with the property taxes, each year you're going to be paying more on your property taxes until this extra cost. Now, if they, like, for example, one of the people that were at the meeting yesterday said he went out and priced new windows for his house, $7,000.
And windows are expensive.
Yeah, and that's for him to go out directly with the contractor and get the windows changed. Going through the HERO program, the contractor quoted him $31,000. So more than 4 times the cost to get the same windows by going through the HERO program. So There's a lot.
That contractor's making way too much money.
Oh yeah, they're making bank for sure. But they're splitting the money between the contractor, Renovate America, and the Western Riverside Council of Governments. So, folks, we're going to be back in just a minute. We're going to talk to you a little bit more about this HERO program and bring Felix in to talk about what's happening with loans out there. We want to thank you for joining us, but we'll be right back. This is Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy.
Don't let your house go to foreclosure. Call Exit Inland Realty today. We can help you stay in your house longer, and we may be able to get you as much as $30,000 depending on the type of loan, and the lender has a moving incentive. So don't delay. Call today at 951-300-1010. That's 951-300-1010, and go to our website, www.exitinlandrealty.com.
Hey, what you doing?
I'm online looking at a satellite view of the neighborhood.
Huh. What's with all the dots?
Green means it's for sale, yellow means sold.
Gotcha. Hey, is that the house we looked at?
Yeah, I love it. Maybe we should talk to a realtor, make an offer?
Did that house just go from green to yellow?
Yeah, sold. Right before our very eyes.
Buyers are in the market, but there's a shortage of homes for sale. If you've been thinking about selling, now may be the right time. Every market's different. Call a Realtor today or visit Realtor.com. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, hairstyling. For all your hairstyling needs, come to Plaza Hairstyling. We're located at 5184 Arlington Avenue in Riverside. For an appointment, call Pam or Sheila at 951-359-7376. That's 951-359-7376. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, hairstyling.
Get all the facts, all you need to know on KCAA Radio, AM 1050.
Are you in need of a home companion caregiver, personal care assistant, certified nurse assistant, or a home health aide? Then call 24/7 Keep in Touch Home Care. They offer 24/7 on-call service for long and short-term care, sleepover caregivers, post-operative care, respite care, hospice care, and live-in companions, serving San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange, and Los Angeles County. Call Joy for a free home care assessment today at 714-997-9936. That's 1-714-997-9936. 24/7 Keep in Touch Home Health Care. Also, a shout to our friends there at Back to the Grind in Riverside. Hi, Darren. Best coffee house in Riverside, California. Get your favorite coffees, smoothies, snacks, lunches, and they even have free Wi-Fi. Back to the Grind is located in downtown Riverside at 3575 University Avenue between Lemon Street and Orange Street. Back to the Grind. Call them at 951-784-0800.
For more local radio every day, tune into KCAA Loma Linda.
We are back. Real Estate Talk with Bob and
Randy.
And we want to thank you for joining us today. I'd like to give credit. That song is written by Paul Adams and Robert Michaels. And it was won their band, a Battle of the Bands, with one of the radio stations, and they got put on an LP and with a bunch of the other winners. It was pretty good, pretty cool.
You know,
and
Bob,
it was funny when they won, there wasn't a band.
Oh, really?
We put the whole album together in the studio, or the song, and they won. So we had to go out and find musicians to
do it,
to be able to go out and start performing it publicly. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. I was putting the cart before the horse.
Sometimes you got to do that.
That's right. Absolutely. So we're here today, folks, and we're talking about a very important subject. It's called the HERO program. It's a financing program to allow you. It's the fastest grow. They claim it's the fastest growing residential energy efficiency financing solution in the country, and they claim that it helps homeowners save energy, municipalities revitalize communities. Oh, here you go. Contractors. It creates jobs. Well, it does that, folks, and it makes the contractors fat. And so we're here to talk to you a little bit more. Contractors choose it because saving water, energy, and money are fantastic benefits of the HERO program, they claim. But did you know they're also significantly helping boost small businesses along with local economies? In their own words, several of our heroes. See, that this program should be called
Zeros.
Well, that perhaps zeros wouldn't be bad, yeah. Or anti-hero. We are actually the anti-heroes. But contractors are induced to do this because they can charge significantly more than what you would ordinarily charge. Like I said, the one club person I talked to yesterday, they could get windows replaced in their house for $7,000, and under the HERO program, the contractor quoted them $31,000. So they pad these a lot, and that $31,000 would then be put on the tax roll on your house, and you'd be paying on it every year, twice a year, along with your property
and
taxes.
then are they pushing an interest onto that money too?
9% is
Wow.
what they were doing. Now you could go get a HELOC for a much, much lower rate than that and do the work yourself.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring in Felix right now from Integrity First Financial Group, and he's going to talk to us first off a little bit about his experience with the HERO program recently with one of his clients, and then tell us a little bit more about what's happening out there with loans and financing.
Well, thank you for having
Welcome,
me.
Felix.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought up this topic. This topic just happened to come across my desk last month, and I couldn't believe it when I was approached. An old client of mine called me and says that she has a friend, a couple, that they're having a problem, and she tried to explain to me, and I said, "This can't be right. This just isn't right. Not right." It was right. The terms on this thing, it's not a HERO program. It's a hero for somebody, and I think it's the hero for the people who administer the program, not necessarily the homeowners. And this is what I had. Here's an example of what I have. I have an elderly couple. He's the only one that works in the house. He's self-employed. He cuts lawns. He's a landscaper. Doesn't make a whole lot of money, but he's been living in that house now for about 12, 13 years, and that's their home. Well, see, this thing almost ended up in a divorce for him because he went and signed up on the HERO program after somebody knocked on the front door, and he put in new windows and did some work around the house. Everything was good until their house payment went up from $950 to almost $1,500. And he was saying, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And then that's when he asked a friend and she looked at it, and it was the taxes that were added on, almost $500 worth of tax. His payment went from $950 almost to $1,500.
They increased the impounds because the tax
burdens up.
Right. And this gentleman, they're on a tight budget. He doesn't earn that much, and they're very frugal with what they do. It's not like they go out and spend a lot of money. They don't make a lot of money, but this type of hit on their payment was forcing them to go into going to put him in foreclosure, actually. I couldn't refinance the thing because he doesn't make enough money to cover the old loan and the new loan on the HERO.
Right, with the new payment.
And then I found out if you try to pay it off, it also comes with a prepayment penalty.
Yep, that's right.
And I thought those things were gone.
Well, they are as far as you and I are concerned in the mortgage business.
Yeah.
We can't have a prepayment on there anymore, right?
Well, you know what? The people that are selling them aren't mortgage loan officers either. These people aren't even licensed to be able to be out there selling people financing product like that.
Yeah.
Well, nevertheless, we were able to save them from losing their house. And the way it happened is they actually had to sell their house. So they sold their house to their son. And then they were able to, actually, the son lives with him still. He's 32 years old, but he Now they're okay now. They were able to reduce their payment. Their payment is now maybe about $125 more than it was before they started this mess. This is something they can handle.
And these are the kind of people that they target a lot of times are senior citizens and older folks, because it's easy to confuse them and tell them about all the benefits of the program and not tell them about any of the downsides.
And from the outside looking in, the benefits are enticing. I mean, when you really think about it, Bob, look, I got an older home, right? And you do too, right? But look, if we went and put new windows all the way around our house, I mean, I really only have 5 or 6 windows, but, that's thousands of dollars for 5 or 6 windows, right? Well, okay, this sounds good. I don't got to come out with any money out of my pocket and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's get her done.
Well, on this particular program, it cost them $28,000 was the base amount without the prepayment penalty to get rid of this thing. So they sold their house, and with the proceeds they got, they paid it off at the time at close of escrow. But going from $950 to almost $1,500.
See, that's something they don't tell them.
Oh, no.
Or they downplay it, that, oh, by the way, your property taxes are going to go up and your lender is going to increase the amount of impounds that you're going to have that they're going to collect every month. And therefore, your mortgage payment, like you said, is going to go up. There's so many little details like that just get left out. And and again, like I said, it's really unfair that the Western Riverside Council of Government would actually go
back
ahead
this kind
and
of program.
back this kind of program. And then what happens is municipalities jump on the bandwagon and start sending out stuff with your electric bill and your water bill and all this other stuff. Hey, we got these great rebates for you, and we can get all this work. You can get new grass on your property. You can get energy efficient windows. You can get a new roof. You can get solar panels. Hero program is used for solar as well. All these supposed benefits, but they really don't let the public know what the downside is. And it's really, in a way, this kind of thing is what one of the agents yesterday compared it to subprime.
Yeah.
They said this is just like subprime. You're just cramming this stuff down people's throats that they aren't really knowledgeable about. And in the long run, it's all of us, the public, they're going to wind up picking up the tab when this whole thing crashes.
Well, I think if anybody wants to consider a program like the Hero program, they need to proceed with caution. And if let's just say it's the window program that you're interested in, because we just touched on that a couple of times, is that, what? Go to the local Home Depot or Lowe's or one of those places and say, listen, I have these windows in my house. Can a guy come out and give me a quote? And just compare it. I mean,
yeah, but the guy will probably come out and say, "Oh, well, we have the Hero program, and you could probably."
Well, he might do that,
right? That's
right.
Because those are some of the companies and entities that are involved with this whole scenario. So, what I would recommend is pay yourself for some prepaid legal, so that if you are interested in doing this, you can have an attorney look the contract over and really explain it to you what the downsides are going to be for you.
Well, I think comparing the costs on there is a way to go too, because you got to see what they're charging you versus what you could get outside.
I always, and you've heard me say it before, everything comes down to a good price or good terms. Very rarely will you get both.
Right.
In this situation, it's good terms, but you're getting screwed on the price.
Yeah, really.
Well, you mentioned take your time and take a look at the contract. I have a feeling, and I'm not sure, I don't know, but I have a feeling they kind of maybe pressure a little bit. Let's sign right now. I don't think they're going to let you get away.
Because you have a 3-day right of rescission, let's sign today.
No, they're going to put as much pressure on you can this is the time to do it. I may not be back or whatever, I
mean, here you're signing paperwork for something that's, would be equivalent to an expensive car.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's secured against your house. And unfortunately, the drawbacks are, like I said, you can't refinance, you can't sell the house, none of that without paying this off. Now, in your case with your client, he didn't have enough equity to pay it off.
Well, he had enough equity to pay it off.
So he was lucky.
He was lucky.
The son could buy it. They could use the equity to pay it off and then get a new loan at a lower rate. But not everybody is in that position.
Not everybody.
And, one of the agents was telling me yesterday that the contractors are going out and they're looking for people that just put their house on the market. and they make an appointment with them, and they say, "Oh, if you let us do all this stuff while you have your house on the market,
Sell
you
it
can
for
sell
more."
it for more."
They'll never sell it.
Well, no, they'll never get it sold for what it's gonna
and they're banking on $50,000 or $100,000 in equity to come out at the end of the sale to buy something else, and then that money's not there.
Those kind of repairs can increase the value of your house over a long period of time, like 10 years or 15 years. But you're not going to just put those things on your house, and tomorrow the appraiser's going to come out and say, "Oh, good, your house is worth another $40,000."
Right.
That is not going to happen, and that's one of the areas where they're really stretching the truth, and they're going after specifically people that are just putting their house on the market and telling them that, and then they, in some cases, they can't even sell the house once the work is done because all the
now they're
equity
upside down.
is taken out of it, and
upside
it's
down.
upside down, or they got to write a check to get out of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw a listing the other day where the seller said, "I'm paying $48,000 on solar from the Hero program, so you can buy the house from me." Now, how much equity did that leave him? Hopefully, he had $48,000 worth of equity in there.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we're going to come back, talk a little bit more about this Hero program, and so stay tuned. If you do have any questions or you have any personal experiences, please give us a call at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. We're talking about the Hero PACE program, and we'll be right back.
We wanted to move in 90 days, and that was our goal.
Selling a home can be a challenge.
I've been through this type of market before. I'm going to be there every step of the way to guide them through it.
Realtors I work with know the markets that they're in.
They know how to market it. They know how to sell it.
Interest rates are at historic lows, which means more buyers are in the market for a home like yours. Every market's different. Call a Realtor today.
The market is always changing, and I'll always be ready for it.
Only Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Are you tired of talking to stupid people? Then read SOS, Stuck on Stupid, the self-help book by author Tito Love. It's a humorous but serious book about common sense and philosophy. SOS will open your mind. Buy a copy of SOS, Stuck on Stupid, the self-help book at your local bookstore or visit Amazon.com. Then go to mainperformanceusa.com for the complete story. Read SOS, 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 and stay away from the stuppies.
KCAA Radio, AM 1050. Hey, tell a friend, AM 1050.
Don't let your house go to foreclosure. Call Exit Inland Realty today. We can help you stay in your house longer, and we may be able to get you as much as $30,000 depending on the type of loan, and the lender has a moving incentive. So don't delay. Call today at 951-300-1010. That's 951-300-1010, and go to our website, www.exitinlandrealty.com.
Mom, I had the best dream.
Well, good morning to you, too.
Okay, so I was a knight. I had a sword, and our house was a castle. There was this angry dragon. It was kind of scary.
Oh, yeah?
But I protected the castle.
Oh, that's my brave little man. I'm glad our castle is safe.
Your home is your castle, and sometimes you need help defending it. The National Association of Realtors supports maintaining homeowner tax incentives because they make home ownership more affordable for more families. Learn more at houselogic.com. KCAA is your CNBC News affiliate. We're the station that gets down to business.
And we are back. This is Realtor Bob Bishop, and I'm here with Realtor Randy Guth for Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy!
And Felix.
And Felix today, yes.
Woohoo! Felix is here. Okay.
Yeah, from Integrity First Financial Group. And you want to give them your phone number, Felix,
Yes,
if they have
matter
any
of fact,
other
I do
questions
wanna
about the Hero program and may want to refinance or get a new house and want to watch. You know, what will happen is buyers will start wising up to this, like on Melrose.
Yeah.
And they'll say, don't show me any houses that have a Hero loan on them.
That's right.
I do not want to see one.
Well, we have to get the word out.
And the attorney from Western Riverside Council of Governments is trying to justify it like that. Well, it's kind of like Melrose. At the beginning, it took a long time for people to get used to it, but now it's a commonplace kind of thing.
It is commonplace, but people steer away from it like the plague.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable. I can't believe what you're telling me.
Well, that's a boondoggle, too, the Melrose thing where it's basically was a bill to benefit the builders.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
Yeah. Same thing, right?
Exactly. Again, but that's the way a lot of times they do things is they change the law in such a way that it benefits them.
Well, you know what? I think you came up with a good idea, though. I'm going to give my phone number.
Yes, please do.
Okay, if you want,
if you
have any questions regarding loans and actually with my experience on that HERO program with my clients, my number is, and you can reach me at area code 951-202-8938. Again, 202-8938, area code 951.
And that's Integrity First Financial Group.
So besides that, what's going on in the mortgage business, man?
I'm glad you asked about that, but this HERO program, I'm glad you guys took the time out to cover that today because this is important for everybody. But I'm going to go over some general things that people kind of take for granted. Not too long ago, I did a loan that was something that I'm not sure if you're a veteran and you finance your home already as on a VA loan. You know what? This is one of the few programs where you can actually take cash out if you wanted to or you needed to, where you can actually go to 100%.
Well, your office is doing a VA loan for us right now.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you the name, but we don't want to
disclose
that on the line. But because I'll keep an eye on it.
Let's just call him Mr. Buyer.
Mr. Buyer. Oh, I think I know that one because I have a bunch of these files on my desk now because someone is on vacation, and I've been working on them lately. But nevertheless, on the VA loan, I did one not too long ago. Gentleman had on $350 and on Marina Valley. His property was worth $350, and he went up. He had a family emergency, and he went up to 100%, and with the rates as low as they are. He had a 5% loan. So when he ended up going down to maybe 4.25% and taking out he took out about over $100,000. His loan did not go up that much because he was already on a higher rate.
Because he compensated for it in the interest rate.
Right. So just keep that in mind. If you're a VA veteran, remember, you can go up to 100%. Now, the other thing that we talk about, we kind of make fun a little bit about, is that word non-prime loan.
Yeah, non-prime, not subprime.
Don't say subprime.
I never see that at the butcher shop. Non-prime.
It's on that blue ink that's stuck on the side.
Yeah. If you were around and you're aware of what happened in 2007, we got hit. A lot of it had to do with these subprime loans. They're making a comeback to a certain extent right now. Now I'm not sure how. Now, I don't want to say bad they are. I'm sure there's good in these because there's so much oversight now that. You can't get one of these negative AM loans right now if you wanted to.
No, but the thing is, you got to stop and think. That's predicated on the economy continuing the way that it is now. If we have another major downturn, the loans are going to go in the toilet again because the people that took them out are not going to be able to continue to service them.
I heard a national lender this morning on the radio talking on the way in about they didn't call it stated loan for high FICO scores. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're out there selling this product and basically starting to build up the same kind of portfolios that they had before the crash in 2007.
Well, they're looking for more customers to keep the industry going.
Yeah, it's like a big engine, and when they run out of customers from one area, they tweak the guidelines and look for customers in another area.
Yeah,
well, listen to the guidelines on this subprime, and it runs along with the line what you're talking about.
We'll try not to laugh.
Non-prime.
First of all, they could go up to $2 million. I'm not sure what we have here in the county for $2 million, but you can go up to $1 million. But this is where it gets a little scary. Your FICO score, you need at least a 540.
What?
Yeah, I think that covers everybody just about, right?
So are they fogging a mirror?
540, but you have to have 20% equity.
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
a big 20%.
And they'll let you go up to what they call DTI, debt to income ratio, where your income their debt cannot exceed 50% of your income, basically. And that's high, 50%. And you can use it for investments. And all they want is 24 months of bank statements to see what you have.
But you can take up to $500,000 out max, cash out.
And if you did a short sale foreclosure, you can buy another house within 1 day. So, hey, that's not too bad. it's kind of scary, huh?
That's really scary.
That's a little scary. We're going back a little bit reverting back to the old way a little bit.
Well, the pendulum always swings back and forth.
The key and the hinge on that loan is proving the income via bank statements. Yeah. So if you can prove your income, they're willing to give you another loan.
Well, they use the 24 months of bank statements
and 20% down, right? So you got to have some.
And that's for a purchase. But if you want to refinance, all you need is 20% equity after you take it out. Now here's another one. They're not quite. This was example. It's not quite the same. A little easier, but you need 1 year out of bankruptcy. So and instead of the standard, FHA is 2 years, and then the other ones are 3-4 years. But so this one's a little bit more reasonable. You still can go up to $2 million. And the interest rate on the 30-year fix actually is not really outlandish, but the high sixes, maybe 7%.
Well, I mean, that's not a hard money loan, really. Hard money is 9, 8, 9, 10%.
No, so
right?
like I said, the interest rate is more traditional for the last. If
40
you
years.
exclude this small period of time, the last 5 years, but traditionally it's 7%, 7.5%. So they're running about the same rate, and no lender points. So that's for us, but. So
what was the FICO on that? Did they give a FICO?
Well, no, they didn't give me a FICO list on that one. Of course, I have something tells me the FICO score is going to be a little higher than 540.
Oh, I would think so.
So anyway, this one's a little bit more realistic. I'm not sure if it's a little more safer for the consumer, but because again, if the economy runs into rough patches and more likely everybody's going to be affected, not just these people, but I think these people who do these subprimes are going to be hit first.
Talk about rough patches, Bob. You started to engage me in a conversation 2 days ago with regards to a gentleman that you heard speak about the economy in the next near future.
Starting this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a economist named Harry S. Dent. And he wrote a book, The Great Boom Ahead, back in the 90s, and predicted, that the stock market would go to where it is today. Back then, when the economy was in the tank, he's successfully predicted the downturn in 2007 and 8 in housing, and he does this through statistical analysis of cycles that generations go through. Like, for example, now the baby boomers are retiring. And so they're putting most of their money that they're receiving into savings for their retirement. They're not out, for the most part, buying new cars and new houses and everything. That's the generation now before them that is starting to get into that age range where they're buying their bigger house and the fancier cars and this and that. So by looking at these statistical analyses and looking how these cycles work with different generations and everything, they're able to accurately predict upcoming future events. And since the baby boomers are taking money out of the economy that would ordinarily be spent, that's part of the reason why consumer spending is not up to where it should be. But that for that factor and others, he says that we're going to see a major downturn, and his prediction is this year we're going to see a major downturn in the stock market. This is probably going to be worse than the 2007-2008 depression that we had.
Really?
He's talking about the stock market going down to like around 3,000 from where it is now. Like in the last couple of days, I think it was near 18,000. And price of hard metals like gold going down to as low as $125 an ounce.
So I better start stockpiling cash.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's saying. The cash is going to be king. He said get rid of all your toys and turn them into cash because you're going to be able to rebuy them in a few years.
For pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on the dollar. And likewise, if you have real estate now that you don't have favorable loans on and things like that, try and get out of it and save that money because there's going to be a major downturn in real estate. You're going to see prices again go down around 30 or 40% or more. So, if you want to read some more about his predictions, you could look up Harry S. Dent on the internet, and he has lots of articles and a monthly newsletter and things like that. But this guy is one of the few people that have really been on about a lot of things when it comes to the economy, and he's just basically saying you need to prepare. There's ways to make money as the economy is going down if you're positioning yourself in the right place. And so it's important to do some investigation now. Very rarely do we actually get a warning ahead of time that something like this is up and coming. so that we can kind of try and rearrange our life in such a way that we can either hold off any too much negative happening to us, or, like he said, take advantage of it and utilize ways that you can actually be making millions or making a lot of money as the economy is going down. There's a lot of fortunes that have been made during down times that people don't think about. And hey, I'd like to throw a shot out there too, just a reminder for folks. I ran across a great website that I think everybody might enjoy. It's called topdocumentaryfilms.com. That's topdocumentaryfilms.com. And they have documentaries on 15 or 20 different subjects from, different people making them all over the world. I've been working my way through the biography section, and I watched some really good ones in the last couple of days about the George Westinghouse, who created the AC power system that all of us have in our homes today.
Right.
And also I watched one about the Rothschilds and banking. I watched the one about the two guys that formed Google. These are fabulously informing, and not to mention really inspiring to watch, because you can see how people come up with an idea and how that, and like they were talking about Nikola Tesla. And he was involved with Westinghouse in getting the AC power everywhere in the United States. But he also had fabulous ideas on lots of different things that proved to be successful. He basically invented radio. But it shows you the thinking processes of creative people like that, and how, and unfortunately for Nikola Tesla, he had great ideas, but he was a terrible businessman. Lots of other people made fortunes off of just his ideas,
right.
But he wasn't able to manage himself and manage his business in such a way to do that. So, folks, this is Real Estate Talk with Bob and
Randy,
and we'll be back next Thursday from 3 to 4. Stay tuned.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Tom Busby, CNBC Radio. Good news about jobs was not enough to stop a big sell-off on Wall Street today on growing worries about the worsening debt crisis in Greece. The Dow down 170 points, the Nasdaq down 40, even though first